What's up, guys? It's Dr. Juju here, aka the fake doctor, but holistic motivational doctor. And in this video, I'm gonna get right into it. Today's discussion is gonna be pretty much about the modern day feeling of the workforce, the workflow. Why so many people are kind of moving on from their jobs and trying to transition to doing their own things, and instead of sticking with the same old job they've been doing. It's kind of a phenomenon that's going on, and they say a lot of people, pretty much half of I forgot the exact percentages, but half of people employed are now just actually leaving their jobs. They're leaving in droves. I mean, even as we speak, people are just quitting, and it was never like that before. Before, you kind of just stuck with your job, and that was it. You try to raise up or rise up, I'm sorry, in the company to maybe even get a raise and then get more money. But a lot of people now are just kind of sitting back and saying, no, I don't want to do that. I want more. I want something else. So I kind of want to discuss that thinking, what's going on, um, maybe inspire some others to do the same, and kind of just delve into the whole feeling like you want to discover yourself, because I think that's where a lot of this kind of stems from. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, share. On this channel, we talk about the holistic approach, your purpose, personal healing, inner peace, being one with yourself. I guess you could say it's spiritual, but it's not spiritual in the sense that I'm trying to tell you to be in touch with your soul, in tune with your soul, but just more so that I want you to kind of think outside the box and use your mind and your God-given power, your own energy, your own thought process to kind of achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, to do what you want to do, to kind of be better, be the person you want to be. So on this channel, we mainly talk about that, but we also talk about everyday regular things, like we said in this video, the workforce. I mean, even too, we'll talk about another video, things that's going on with your personal life, your staying with others, things like that. But yeah. So I think in today's video, I want to talk mainly about this workforce, this great resignation, as they call it. But yeah, pretty much people are just tired of their jobs. They're tired of, I guess, listening to others. They're tired of taking orders. And I think more importantly, they're tired of making somebody else rich. Which is funny because for a while that was just a way of doing things, right? You just you went to school, you got a job, you got a job to pay the bills, you then got a family, and that was. And again, if that's what you want to do, if that's your life, if you're a simple person, there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever it is that just makes you happy is what you should chase. But I think a majority or a lot of people now are just kind of waking up or getting out of that haze and saying, wait a second, I kind of want more. Um, which kind of happened to me because I used to think that I was one of those people. I used to think that I was very simple. I just wanted to do, you know, I just wanted to have a simple life essentially. I just wanted to, just give me a simple 9 to 5 job. As long as I got my benefits, get my check, and I got a house, and eventually, wife and kids, I'm good. I don't need more. I just need very little. And I still kind of need little. Like, I don't want to splurge and have, mansions and planes and multiple cars, but I definitely do want more than I initially thought. You know, after graduating college and then actually getting some of these jobs, it's like it kind of hit me like, whoa, this is all there is to life. Like, this is it. Just working a 9 to 5, and suddenly it just hit me like I can't do that. I need more. I want something more. And I think the pandemic, like many others, it kind of woke me up. It kind of got me out of that daze where suddenly I realized, okay, let me look at my life. Let me analyze what I'm doing, where I'm at, and am I happy? Am I at a spot or place where I want to be? And of course, that answer was no. Suddenly I realized that I didn't want to just sit there and take orders from someone 20, 30, 40, essentially the rest of my life until I retire. I'm making somebody else rich. I'm making somebody else's dream come true versus working on my own. And that really started to just kind of build and boil in me. And I think it's building in everybody else. I think that's why you have so many people quitting. I think, like myself, COVID made other people think and reflect upon their lives because suddenly you had time. It was this great disruptor. Everyone's just going with the flow, doing what's normal, kind of being in line. And then suddenly COVID was this great disruptor where it just knocked everything off balance, everything came off course, and suddenly you're not in line anymore. And now it just made you actually look at your surroundings and made you go, whoa, okay, whoa, wait a second, what am I doing here? And I think that's why you have so many people just saying, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna do my own thing, I want to be my own boss, I want to be treated better, and that's really important because I think a lot of these jobs were taking their workers for granted. They weren't treating people right, and a lot of people finally just had enough. You holding that check over my head saying, well, you can't leave because you got to get this check to pay your bills. It no longer became enough. Suddenly people said, no, I need more, I need a bigger reason for me to stay. And then our mental health is probably the biggest. You slave away at these jobs, your lives are gone. You'll spend more time at your job, at the company, a lot of times more than you see your family, more than you see yourself. Like I'd work these jobs and I'd realize when I'm working them, I was somebody else. I wasn't me. I wasn't Julian. I was putting on an act, a show, becoming somebody else, putting on a mask, if you will. For 8 hours, 9 hours a day, I'm pretending to be this other person versus being who I really am, who I want to be, who I was born to be. And I just, people just had enough. You want to enjoy life, enjoy yourself, be you 24/7 versus being somebody else half the time. People need a break. People need breaks. I mean, this new life, this new grind culture, work, 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 work. Well, I mean, that's not really new, but it's just this constant need to just put in the shift, put in the effort, which is, cool if it's dealing with something I want. If I'm working on my own project, I have my own business, then of course I'm gonna work hard, 9, 10 hours, whatever, put in the work, because it's my thing. I'm doing this for me. This is what I like to do. But when you're working at a company where you just, quite frankly, don't care about the company, essentially you're just doing said job for a check, which is what I've mainly done all throughout my work career. eh, you eventually reach a breaking point. You reach a point where you just can't do it anymore. And again, if you have family, mouths to feed, your own place, and then obviously your situation's a little different, then you kind of have to straddle it. But even then, you still, I think, have people just saying, no, screw it, I'm doing my own thing. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna make something of myself. I'm honestly, I'm happy this is happening. I think more people need to do this. I mean, does it affect the economy? Of course it does. I mean, you need people to do some of these jobs, these service, you know, jobs. But at the end of the day, man, if you just, I think this is good for employers to realize that, yeah, you gotta treat your workers better. Whether that means you pay them more, or you give them better health care, or you actually pay attention to their needs. If someone requests time off, you actually have to give it to them. Don't work people to the bone like slaves. I mean, you have to actually do something to keep people here. You can't just dangle that check in front of people's heads anymore and say, well, this is enough. And I think people more than ever want to be happy. that's what COVID definitely showed me, was like, whoa, pause. Am I happy? Do I feel good? Am I in a spot where I can actually, you know, make a difference, motivate others, help others, do something that I enjoy, share that with the world? And a lot of people now have got that bug. And technology also has keeps improving. Where now they've made it to the point where you can do these things from your home. It's much easier to start your own business versus how it was years ago. But this is it's definitely very interesting, and it's something I've been just recently thinking about as well. I'm new to this myself because like I said, I was in that work culture as well. I was in that work mindset for a while where it was just, no man, I gotta just do 9 to 5. I gotta pay the bill. I gotta do this, and I never once stopped to ask myself, "Whoa, dude, are you happy? Hold on, what's going on? What are you doing? Is this what you want?" And it's important to do that. It's important to have that conversation with yourself, to analyze where you are, mentally, physically, you know, your location. It's good to reflect. And that's what I would say was probably the only good thing about this COVID situation, because obviously COVID sucks, but is I think that it jostled something. It definitely got people thinking. It got them thinking beyond the norm, beyond the regular, the standard. It's getting people to think outside the box and actually question their happiness. Now, on this channel, we're all about happiness, inner peace, good vibes, good juju. So, anything to spread that out, anything to make people happy, anything to get people thinking, anything to get them motivated into actually choosing what they want, I'm all for, you know? Because heck, I need that myself. It's kind of why I started this channel, because I wanted to also go through this journey with you guys. And plus, I do just genuinely like to talk, and I like to just kind of converse with people, see what they're thinking, bounce ideas off, kind of spread happiness. So yeah, this is really interesting. And I think it's only going to continue. I don't think it's going to really die down. I think it's only going to get continue. I think I saw a recent study as well where it actually showed that it's pretty much global. It's not just an American thing. Around the world, a lot of people are deciding to kind of just quit their jobs. And I think people have just had it. People are just mentally and just fatigued. I mean, I said it before in another video. You talk to people, and just I feel like 9 times out of 10, every other person I speak to, they're just tired. They're just exhausted. They're just sitting there saying, "Ugh, I need a break. I just want to go to an island somewhere, away from everything and everybody, and just relax, get off the grid." Because people are just burnt out, and I think work culture. I think it has to change. I really do think that it's not. Let's be honest, nothing's gonna happen, but I think something should happen, especially if you want to stop these people from leaving these jobs. But look, if you're upset, you want out. If your job is pissing you off, then just leave it. Make a plan. Look at how much money you got. See how much money you saved up and how long you can survive. And as long as you can actually survive for a little while, and do it. Just leave. There's no point in killing yourself. No point sticking at something and just, you know, literally draining your soul, suffocating yourself just for a few bucks. Because in the long run, you're doing damage, real significant damage to yourself. If you're in a bad situation, you must remove yourself. No matter what situation it's, as long if it's bad and it's negative and it's not helping you grow, not helping you move forward, you need to remove yourself from it. And a lot of these jobs are not helping people move forward. Now, some are. That's not everything, but a lot of them aren't. they're just jobs. They're busy work as far as I'm concerned. It's just stuff you do, you know. So if it's not actually, improving me as a person, I don't want to do it. It's a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. So if you want out, do it, man. You at that job, you want out of it, get out. You're in a relationship, you want out of it, get out. Choose happiness, Work on yourself. Do what makes you happy. You have to. You just absolutely have to. There's no room for error. The mind is so powerful yet so fragile, and we've got to take care of it, as well as the physical. But I think the mind definitely is more important in this situation. So, discover your purpose, man. Find out what you're here for. Discover what you want to do. Look at things that interest you. Stick to that. Try to see if there's a way you can monetize it. Try to see if you can turn it into a business or anything. You know, just don't choose the norm, the status quo, just because it's safe. And I should know because I've done that majority of my life. I've just done what is safe, what I feel is right. Nah, man, push forward. Do you take that initiative, take that risk, take that leap, take that jump? And if that means you got to leave your safe job, then so be it. Leave it. I'd rather be happy with less money than working like an absolute slave dog and making money. And yet I'm angry and pissed off all the time. Because then it's not getting anywhere, man. It's only going to get you an early grave. So, for all those people who chose the other, who chose the way out, who chose to do something and move, I salute you. And for the others that have not, or still afraid, or just don't know what to do, or still stuck in the trenches, hey man, I'm here with you. I get it. Change is absolutely scary. It is really scary. But one step at a time, man. If you want to do something, then by all means go do it. You want to be an artist? Be an artist. You want to be in film or movie or director? Be a director. You want to be a singer, musician? Then by all means be a singer, musician. Just chase happiness, man. We all gotta be happy. Because when you're happy, everything's all good. Nothing else matters. So yeah, guys, I've been going on for a little bit. I probably could talk for like another hour. So again, this is one of those real talks, simple talks I like doing. This is Dr. Juju. I'm out. If you guys like this, once again, subscribe, share, like. Thank you for listening. And please, 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 I need y'all to take care of yourself. It's important. That's a doctor's order.